Boom. I think I fixed it. This. Okay. It's going to be like that over here. So if you guys fire. Okay.
Alright, so we're ready to go. Beautiful Mercury retrograde in technology is really wreaking havoc on tonight's broadcast. It has been doing so for the last month. So I find that very interesting. I'm trying not to play into that and try to raise my frequency above all the parts of that we talk about the lack of communication and how communication and technical issues arise. So what we do is we decide to take our power back and go through it anyway, and to rise above it and say, okay, this is just a challenge, and how am I going to rise up to that challenge? So tonight's going to be a little different. My beautiful friend Michelle, it's her birthday tonight. Happy birthday, Michelle, when you listen later. Love you, love you, love you, and we miss you on tonight's cast. But tonight's going to be a little different. We're going to do a little meditation. Um, it's calling for us to really go within. It's having us balance out ourselves, and then I'll dive into a little bit of what we what I've been experiencing. Um, I don't know if you guys have been too, but it's been a very intense week, from blissing out to feeling burning sensations to um, itchy to feeling energy yet again shooting out through my hands and feet and through my whole entire spinal cord, to lots of heaviness, and actually I feel like somebody is picking around inside my head. um, I feel the presence of so much. Um, my sensitivity level has gone off the charts. I can't eat, and when I do try to put something in my body, it doesn't always like it, even when I drink my shakes. And so that's where I know that it's a major detox time, and that's what's coming up on the 1st for me. If you guys would like to join, that'd be great. We're going to be doing it in my Facebook page, Ascension Healing. And if you're not a member of it, you go to my personal page, which is Christine Daley-Gustafson, and you can access a link there through um, my Ascension Healing page, and we'll be going in depth with cleansing and detoxing and the importance of it, what we're feeling with it, not only on a physical level, but on a mental and emotional and spiritual level as well. We'll dive deep into different ways to really connect with yourself with just using breath. Um, Perhaps play a little music to help uh, bring forth some things that need to be cleared. I did this in a group that I was in before, and it brought up a lot of things that from past lives to this life. It was really phenomenal. It was, and so I would like to bring that out more to the world. Um, least my part of the world, and talk about it, and hopefully have people experience that as well. And the deep meditation parts that you could do with your eyes closed, or even attempt with your eyes open, which is really trippy. Um, there's so many parts of meditation that brings you back to self. You could do it out in nature. You could do it by staring at a flame. You could, I mean, there's so many different ways that you find your specific way. I will show you different ways um, that uh, could possibly resonate with you. And then you start to jive with your own way of doing things, your own. You kind of take your power back that way even more, where you say, well, yeah, this was helpful. I'm going to try it this way, or this part feels good. And it's whatever feels good to you, whatever works for you. There's no specific way of doing things. Even with the cleanse that we're going to be doing, not using, I don't have any products that I sell or anything like that. It's all stuff that I found throughout my journey. It works well with me, and uh, other people are going to be doing what they want to do and what they feel is right. Where this is the power of us, is how we take back our own bodies, our own sovereignty, our own health, our own being our own doctor. It's very empowering, but it's also, you find this deep connection within yourself where you talk to your body. And I will assist and guide in how I began how to talk to my body. And I used muscle testing. And my kids are always like, "Hey, mom, is this good? Can we do this? Just muscle test, just muscle test." And because they see how accurate it is, they see um, what how I connect with my body, and am able to talk to it. And so um, I encourage them to do the same. Sometimes they go, "Mom, just you do it." No, you do it. Um, so it is. It's a process of them learning how to talk to their bodies as well, and it's really cool to watch, because they're two little souls who have grown exponentially within the last couple of years, and have really listened to themselves more and more, and stopped listening to the outside world, or what the family pressures are, or society pressures are. And it's really beautiful to see them grow and expand and really trust themselves. It's something that a mother watching and observing, just it blows me out of, it just blows me away, watching them connect into themselves, watching them know how strong and powerful they are, to not only on this plane of existence, of this dimension, but in other dimensions too. To see them coming back and say, after a dream, which of course we all know is multidimensional work, um, the power that they come back with, knowing who they are, is just phenomenal. And I know that even in this, they bring that power back to this plane and to this existence, to this dimension. And, the confidence that they're building of, and remembrance of who they are, is just a beautiful thing to watch. And that's what I want to do for others. Is, I know before I was when I was like 3, I was a very powerful being. I knew who I was. I was really tapped into that. And then I started losing that. And I started succumbing to family pressures, society pressures, and being the good little girl, um, the good little daughter, the good little sister, the good little granddaughter, the good little student, the good little what everybody needed. And I lost myself. And it wasn't until, I'd say, I started awakening from all this in 2012 ish, and I started realizing myself again, and that I wasn't myself, and that I was very deep into the codependency, into the people pleasing, into the morphing to what everybody needed, um, to fixate on other people, so then I wouldn't have to fixate on I wouldn't have to look at myself, and I was dying inside. And so this is why I'm on this. I went through all of this to come back out of it and to help others do the same. Because I know there's tons of people out there, tons of millions of people who are on this track. And, I did this because I thought I had to, or I did this because I should. I did this because, well, it's expected of me. I hear that on a daily basis from people that you just talk to randomly. And I should have, I need to, um, but that's what I have to do. Those are all big signs and big flags that go through saying, but what are you doing for you? And so this is what my journey has been all about, was coming back out of that and actually loving myself to the point where I won't, I will see the old behaviors, see the old belief systems, and loving that back to the whole part of me that I gave my power away to everybody. Everybody, just for love and acceptance, I lost myself totally. And so I had to love myself and accept myself to see how those patterns were ingrained in me and how I watched it in my family system, in school system, society system, and how codependency is threaded throughout this entire existence, and the abuse of narcissism to the control systems that are in place now, to the gaslighting, to all those beautiful terms of codependency and narcissistic abuse. I had to go through all that. It's basically the fires of hell. Well, you'll go through all that to purify yourself. You have to. It was kind of like a rebirth of who I really was, and starting to wake up out of it and remember who I was again, and then go deeper and even realize how powerful I am, and how we all have these gifts, and we all have these capabilities within us that were stripped from every aspect of our lives growing up. And it's so entrenched in society, so entrenched in the families, that you don't even realize it until you start stepping away from it. And it's like, holy shit. Holy shit. I can't believe that I did that for for love and acceptance of what? It was just, it wasn't real. Because if you have to do that for someone's love and approval, or that's not a real relationship that you want to be in. And so it woke me up and shook me around to realize that the love I was searching for was always there with me. And I was surrounded by wounded people who passed their wounds on to me, and I thought they were mine. But here's the magical thing. Yeah, we may have been wounded by the people around us because, well, they're wounded. They don't have a clue. They just know what they were taught and what they were submersed in. But the magical part of this is realizing that it's self-realization. The self-realization of that is not me. I may be wounded, but that is not me. That is not my true essence. That is just my psychology. That is just my uh, wounds and traumas that I was living through instead of my true essence. And when you start to see peaks of this true essence coming through, it blows you away. And that's what I love to do, is take people and have them see these glimmers of themselves, of their true essence, and to really bring that back into this reality, into this world, into this setting. And that's why we're here, is to remember who we are, to step forward in that power, to realize we're kick-ass beings that are here experiencing all of this. We came here for a purpose, for a reason, to experience this all, and to come back to that amazing love. The of white is just information. White is truth. White is this beautifulness that surrounds us. It's coming into this planet now. And it's the codes of who we are, the codes of awakening, the codes to the essence of our being. And it helps bring up the shit that you got to look at, the shit that you need to see and say, that isn't really me. It's really quite phenomenal, actually. It really is. And my son is playing video games in the background, and I can hear him going pew 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 blah blah blah. So we'll see um, if we can quiet that down a minute while we start a little meditation. So what I would like you to do, let's get comfortable and realize I'm going to clear the space. This is a 528 hertz pure love. And it's a chime I got in Mount Shasta. And it just helps clear the space. Music and frequency is where we're heading. So we're heading into a beautiful way of being, where this frequency goes through our bodies. I know that this frequency, 528, and the frequency hertz of 432 are very powerful as well. It really resonates with the body. It feels good. It feels good. And so there'll be times where I'll put on um, the 432 hertz and just meditate to that. Um, to listening to 528. I know that even there's an app on your phone that you can change songs, current day songs, and switch it to the different hertz levels, and you'll be able to feel and hear a difference in how it resonates within your body. So with these podcasts and with the things I'm going to do in my Ascension Healing, it's going to be introducing more of that. It's going to be bringing forth more of the energy, the hertz, the frequencies, to discussing new technologies, biological technologies that are coming on. As I gain more information about this, I'll pass it on because that's what it's about. Um, it's quite phenomenal with a lot of things that are coming out now that are going to be able to help and assist people um, with not feeling so great, and bringing our bodies back to this homeostasis state that we have not been in quite some time. So with this, it brings our frequency up with the foods and things that we surround ourselves with. Um, so meditation to me is just quieting myself. There's times where the thoughts pop up like rapid fire, and I just have to sit there with them and say, I see you, I acknowledge you, and I love you. And they start to dissipate, they start to dissolve within me again because everything is just you. This whole experience, even the thoughts that we've conjured up in our head, they all sit around our head in this big, huge cloud. It's kind of like a cloud of thoughts. And you see them, they come in, and if you say, okay, I see you, I love you, I, I, I see what you're saying, and I appreciate what you have to say, but this is who we really are. And this is this is our this is really our true essence. And you start to show those wounded parts of you who you really are. You start to become the parent to yourself. Um, Basically, source is a what is will begin to be the parent, be the guide. Your higher self comes in and really shows you the way. So that's what meditation. It's not easy at first. It isn't because like I said, all those thoughts are coming in, and your mind bounces around from here to here and there, and that's why it's always good to start out small with small chunks of time, and where you start to really know yourself. Because I know when we dive in to other activities like TV watching or my kids play video games and they have fun. It's not capping on any of that. It's just there's times where, yeah, you're playing with your friends and stuff like that, but then where's the time of going back to self and just reconnecting with yourself. And we're working and we're busy and we're running around doing this or that, to where I find a lot of times in the car I can just tap in, and I'm not there. I'm not there at all. It's like I'm on remote control, and I'm connecting in with myself. And my boys go, they can tell. They can tell when I'm present and when I'm present with myself. Um, they've realized that there's times where sometimes I just need to get into a quiet spot, and I just need to connect with myself. Because as empaths, we need a lot of time to recharge and just be with ourselves. Because it's ourselves guiding us back to that quiet part within, that peaceful part within. And we crave it because we know that that's truly us. And the more that we connect into that, the more that we submerge ourselves into that, we can be anywhere and we can feel that peace. We can be that connected. We can be that, feel that love flow anywhere. You could be in a crazy grocery store where there's lines and so much noise, and boom, you could just be there within yourself. You could be, you could do anything. You could be in the middle of even working, and you could just be in that room. It's not like a robot, but it's more automated. Like you already know what to do, but you're tapped in. There's times where at work I would put on music and I would just go within when I start to feel myself get stressed or overwhelmed. I would just put on music where I was able to, luckily. And then when I wasn't able to, just a trip to the bathroom to breathe. Because there's a lot of times where it was so busy that I was unable to, play music or just breathe. So I would just a bathroom break would be recentering of myself, um, recalibration of myself, and it takes one breath. That's the simple part of this whole thing, where you think you have to sit there and meditate on a mountain for 5 days. No, it's as simple as one breath. One breath to recalibrate your whole entire system because you practice it. You practice going within. It's like a muscle where you practice that and you teach yourself this is my spot right here. This is where I can go and just be me. And then you start bringing that part of you out more and more, and you start being that, where you're that in every situation. There's times where I still flip off. Yeah, just ask my kids. But there's other times where I can be calm as a cucumber too. It's just you never know. And so it is. It's just practice of being the neutral observer of all. Now, if you're triggered with things and it pops up, that's a perfect time to go with it because it's your ego and it's your wounded parts that just want to have a talk with you. So it's just learning how to be quiet, sitting with yourself, with all the thoughts, and how to interact with yourself. That's how a lot of these addictions take form, is because we're always escaping from that. We're escaping from ourselves. And now is the time that it is to go back to self. Because we've been outside of ourselves for so long. And that's why the world is the way it is right now. The world is rising up around us, which is good to watch. It is. Because they have a lot of things that they still have in their energetic field, in their past lives that they are writing at this time. It's good to see people moving that energy within them and realizing, hey, this isn't right. And when this isn't right, that's a part of their energetic part of them that has to act this out. Like I said, it could be from this lifetime, it could be from past lifetimes, probably all of the above, where they have to move that energy, and moving that energy, they are participating in ways they feel will get their power back. Because if we all realize our power and we all step into it, this shit ends. Totally. But the more that we acquiesce and the more that we give in because of, well, we have to's. Then we just give our power away, and this continues. This whole thing is to show us where we gave our power away, where we gave everything away, and us coming back to us. That's where the power is, because you know who you are, and nobody has say over you but you. And I know that's not a very popular thing to say, and I could care less about that. And I know that sometimes people in my life don't always agree with that, and that's where that's on them, and where the people pleaser in me separates. And I'm okay with any of it, because that's showing me you just be you. You live through your truth. You live through the essence of you. And if it doesn't jive with other people, that's okay. That's okay. And so the meditations are very important, because it helps quiet the brain, the mind, where we can actually heal on a monumental level when we just allow the love of ourselves to take over. Because when we allow the love of ourselves that will come through, we can heal anything with love. That's how powerful that is. To be loved and supported by you heals everything. Because you know who you are, you feel that you are this source code. You are this fragment of source. And you start to feel that love. Where it's just not this human love. No, it's something far more powerful, far more, we really can't describe it in words. This is what you get to experience in your own way when you start to take time for yourself, to really love yourself. Because the shit's gonna come up that you need to look at. The patterns, beliefs, all that stuff is gonna come roaring up, and it's supposed to. And it's with that love, the cosmic part of you that is this galactic human. We're hybrids. We're galactic humans. And you allow that essence part of you to come through, you can get through that crap. And you can heal it with love, with understanding, with compassion, empathy for yourself. And then when you do that, you can start having that to others and actually be of service to others. This is why it's so important to come back to self. It's so important to connect to yourself. We all have a whole entourage of souls that are cheering us on, that are in our corner. You may feel past loved ones that are with us because we have the courage to step forward to be ourselves where they didn't. And they're there learning with us as we go. and the higher beings, benevolent beings, are also there supporting us because they are us. It gets really wacky and really amazing when you think about it, and how we are living this life, living other lives in other dimensions and other worlds, but we're all one. We're all source, just fragmented out through little specks of this essence of light. And the whole reason why we're here is to go through shit to find our essence, to experience all that, but then to experience our essence, the essence of source, the essence of everything that is, the essence that connects us to everything. And even connects us to the things that aren't so great, but they're there to teach us. Remember how we are this essence. Now, when you do meditate, you do take time to go with it, there's going to be things that are trying to infiltrate. There's a lot of things out there that don't want us to do this because they like the control and the power and the whoosh that we give them. So it's very important to have a safe space to do this, to create that safe space. And that's why we have to connect into our higher self and what that's like, connected to our team of beautiful beings that have chosen to come along on this journey with us. But they are all us because we're all one. It's so trippy to think about. But when we start to meditate, we start to really go within. The importance of protection is needed until you start to really step into who you are, and then you'll find that yeah, we're always protected and we're always loved. And to be able to decipher who you're talking to, who you're tapping into, what thoughts are being brought across. There's a lot of things at stake right now. There's a lot of AI that is working against this human essence, this beautiful part of us, who we are. You know, to think that we have to do that is crazy at first. That who would want to hurt us, and why would that happen? There's a lot of things out there that don't want us to connect to ourselves, that don't want us to realize who we are and the power of us. It's very evident in the world stage right now. Those are beings that don't want us to remember who we are and are playing that out right now on the world stage. So as we start this, there will be different levels of where we're at in the ballgame, different levels of frequency, different levels of understanding, and that's okay. But to take those quiet minutes to feel what it's like to be in a safe spot, to feel connected to yourself, to Source, God, whatever name that you've given it, given the energy. Um, to feel that and to know that is why we're here. So if you could just relax and just start breathing, and this is deep breathing, breathing into your belly, nice calming breaths. And you can even put your hand on your belly so you can feel it rising. Because when we breathe through our chest, that's more of a fight or flight kind of breathing. When we're used to breathing, this is a deeper breath. This is the God breath. This is the Source breath. And when I do that, I anchor in my higher self deeper within me, where I can feel that love. I can feel the love and support in the essence of me. And the more that you do this, the more that you'll feel it too, which words can't describe. It's only feeling. And then when you feel it, you know it. So continue to just to breathe, just for those quiet moments. Just breathe and allow that breath to flow through you. And you can begin to talk to your higher self, your team of benevolent beings that surround you. Ask them to, your loved ones that are still here but on a different dimension, to surround you, to feel the love that they have for you. The ones that come to mind, the ones that you may have had in your life that were supportive of you and loving of you, you can surround yourself and ask for them to assist you where you can feel them there. As you call their name in, boom, they're always there. If this doesn't happen with, say, a family member, beloved pets, I know that I have my Emmett and Sassy with me. So you could call upon that. If you didn't have any pets per se, you could call upon beautiful, benevolent beings to be around you and feel their love and support. And ask for the highest of love and light to surround you. Ask for your higher self to surround you. Ask for the other parts of you to surround you. Because we're all here on different levels of frequency. There's all different parts of us that are here, that are in different aspects of this world, to different aspects of other worlds, to different, we're all connected to us. And so I ask the other aspects of you, the higher frequency ones, to surround you, just to feel that, to feel what it's like to be surrounded and loved. As for the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, the trees, the rocks and minerals, the fairies, the little pixies. There's unicorns, there's dragons, there's all this, these beautiful realms that can help and assist us until we can navigate with our higher self and be. They are always there for us. To feel what it's like to be surrounded by love. Just to feel. And if you need music or if you need a guided meditation, I can do those as well. If it's easier to start with music, we'll play a little bit of that so you can just breathe. Close your eyes. Know that you're surrounded. Just continue to breathe into your stomach. Feel. Know that you're loved and supported. If you're listening to the replay, your angel follows. Allow the breath to calm you. Allow the breath to guide you with it. Just feel. Allow yourselves to let go and feel. Whatever presents itself is okay. Just allow yourselves to breathe. Trust in your breath. Feel your breath, feel your stomach rising as you breathe out the stress, give it back to source for transmutation, for relaxation, for redemption. As we start to come back to regular breathing, move your hands around and your fingers around. And know that you are loved and you're safe. You've always been loved and you've always been safe. To know this feeling, even if it's just for a couple minutes a day, and let it grow. I'll be doing more of these on my Ascension Heal page on Facebook, doing some more on my YouTube channel as well. I feel that it's being needed right now. I'm here to help guide and assist you back to yourself. Thank you for joining me tonight. And I love you. angels and ancestors, brothers and you, kids, and everyone who joined us this evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go in peace. Know that you're loved. Anytime you need to reach out, please do. Been through this. I'm still going through this. I'm here to help guide and assist you back to you.